everyone. I wanted to talk today about being a Jedi of your mind. And this is what the message from Sophia, who is the wisdom of ages, who is also known as the feminine essence of the Holy Spirit, delivered. And it's a beautiful message because I think quite often that most of us wrestle with our mind and we don't know how to calm it. I mean, we don't know how to be still and just allow our thoughts to settle. And I remember years ago, one of our friends who is a doctor of psychology, who had his dissertation in his doctorate program in meditation. And he gave me a great analogy, a great way to look at the mind and look at meditation. So he said, think about a snow globe. When you rile up a snow globe and shake it up, all those particles are just floating everywhere, and it takes time for them to settle. And so think about that as your mind, as we are thinking over and over again, looping thoughts, and as we don't take time to still our mind is like that jumbled up snow globe, and it's just going to take time. So be patient with yourself, allow the dust to settle. And so in meditation, what they say quite often is, observe your thoughts. They'll come and they'll go and they'll float by. Don't attach to them. Be an observer. Rise up. Oh, isn't that interesting? I'm thinking of that again. And, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of that again. And don't be mean or unkind to yourself about it. It's just a fact of a reality that those thoughts need to settle down. The other amazing thing about being a Jedi of your mind is that when you do come into that place of stillness, what Sophia has been teaching us is that is the gateway to all of eternity. That is where you find your intuition, your knowing, your next step. And so I can apply that to my own life. I've discovered that as well. But in my practice, I really discovered that because as I sat in silence and worked on people, I'm a body worker. I'm a fascial stress therapist, and I also do Reiki, and I'm a grief and trauma counselor and a meditation enthusiast, and all the things that I use to help my clients. But in those times where I'm working with my clients, I'm incredibly still and I'm just focusing and I'm breathing and I'm just waiting for the tissue, for the body to tell me something, because I'm an intuitive, right? I'm going to read what the body says. I'm also nice and quiet because I want to hear what the divine has to say to them too. So I'm listening. I always tell my clients, I'm listening both ways. So I always have this very quiet, meditative feel when I am working on someone. And I'm like, okay, this message is coming through, and then this message is coming through the body. How can we use that to help you move forward? And so when I'm reading the body, I'm reading the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is what resides in the cells of our body, because the mind and body are one. And Dr. Candace Pert says, your body is your subconscious mind. So it's really this cool dance of allowing the body and the mind to settle down, allowing the body's wisdom to come up and deliver, allowing for those divine intuitive drops and knowings to come. And then there goes your life. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, it's so much easier to go forward when I am in this flow state of non-resistance and allowing my thoughts to settle. So today's message was so amazing because, again, it talks about how we create our reality with our mind. And then how can we create a new reality when our mind is so jumbled up and thinking about the past all the time? It's literally impossible. You cannot create new from the old. Okay, you'll just recreate the old in different forms. That's why you'll often hear in the wisdom of Sophia, she'll talk about this wisdom will talk about changing your perception, changing the way you think, changing your hardwiring of your mind. Because when you are constantly thinking, even in the subconscious mind, you are sending out that vibration and that frequency to all those around you. And like energy attracts like energy, and you will pull that back to you. And it's fascinating because since I do read energy for a living, and I do distant work with a lot of my clients, I will go on. I said this before in a little video a while back. Prior to meeting with my client online, never met him before, they're thousands of miles away or more, I will jot down the energy that I'm reading around the person, and I'll jot it down. I get on with the person and I, introduce myself. We say our hellos. And then I say, this is what I read from your body before we started. And I will read. And they will say, how do you know? I go, because you are sending that energy out into the field. Okay. Your subconscious mind, even if you don't realize it, is sending this frequency and this vibration. So everything is energy, right? And so I'm letting people know that you're creating the very reality that you think you don't want, because those messages are going out. And therefore, like energy attracts like energy. And again, as we were saying earlier, Sophia keeps saying, until a lesson's learned, it will come and it will present itself in different ways and forms in your life. So what is going on in the inside will be reflected on the outside until you learn the lesson and you put it to rest and you move forward. And that is why becoming a Jedi of the mind is so important. So I'm going to go ahead and read the message for today. I'm going to pop it up. Okay, so Sophia says, when you observe something through thought or attention, you align with its frequency. The light of who you are molds energy into matter and creates what you attune to. If you want new beginnings, you must align with the 0 point, the now, and call forth what you desire. Use your imagination to form mental images of what you wish to create. Humanity is still in infancy regarding the power of the mind. You are just beginning to understand, yet it is far greater than you realize. This is why it is essential to keep your mind and heart clear, free from debris and clutter. We are moving into a new era that cannot sustain old fear-based beliefs. These beliefs are unstable, unsustainable, and will disintegrate. They will burn out because their frequency cannot hold in the new field. In this new era, those who align with fear will remain in the old earth timeline, headed towards collapse. The new era is heart-based, rooted in love, community, collaboration, and unity. It already exists, and many are experiencing it now. We ask you to become a Jedi of the mind, to guard your thoughts, and to walk in the knowing that this 5D life, this life up in heaven, is already before you. Your heart and mind are aligning to the greater purpose. It will come into full fruition soon, but you must be truly ready to hold and sustain the energy that will move through you. Humanity is now dismantling the old to create the new. Many will cling to the past and suffer in doing so, but transformation requires surrender. Mass media can be useful, yet some platforms carry energy that will pull people down. Do not engage in small-minded energies if they drain your light. Unconditional love is where your heart resides. Many aligned opportunities are coming soon, rooted in clarity of mind, alignment of spirit, and the manifestation of your highest good. And so I loved this. I loved this message because I love thinking deep. I love having fun too, but I love thinking deep, and I love the play on words that they had here. And to me, it's so fascinating to think of how we create our reality and how the mind molds things into matter. And this is all physics. And to me, I love that because I'm a kind of a geek on science and body and mind and spirit. And I just absolutely find it fascinating that this is how we're created. And the more that we understand how we're actually created, the more that we can actually play this game called life, right? Play the game, I mean, use it like a game, like in a loving way. Like, this is a game of life to help bring joy and peace and love once you figure out the rules to the game. And they're saying here, be a Jedi of your mind. So I'm going to go back and we're going to just look over this and break it apart a little bit more. So I love the very first statement. When you observe something through thought or attention, you align with its frequency. The light of who you are molds energy into matter and creates what you attune to. So they're saying you are a light being. You are a creative being. That is who you are. And when you place your thought or attention on something and you align with its frequency, you're going to create it because you're attuning to it. And then they're saying if you want new beginnings, you must align to the 0 point, which is the now. And then you call forth your desires. And I love this. They say use your imagination to form mental images of what you wish to create. So our imagination is the gateway to creation and invention. Bottom line story. The mind is going to be used to create the heart's desire. So once you fully release the past, You are learning the game of life. You are going to move forward like a mighty warrior, and you're going to see that anything that doesn't align to your highest good, anything that pulls your vibration down, will not create newness. And so at that 0 point, at that now moment, everything's at the now moment. That's where you create the next moment and you create your reality. And then she goes on to say, humanity is still in infancy regarding the power of the mind. You're just beginning to understand it. And it's far greater than you realize. And so I know through all these meditations and all this wisdom that's been coming through for the last, several years of my life, but actually writing it down for this past year, I have seen over and over and over again, be still, be still, be still, keep your mind quiet, because it is going to be at that place of becoming a Jedi of your mind that you will be given all the keys to the kingdom, is what they're saying, because you will have the knowledge to create good, to create wonderful things for yourself and the collective. If your mind is still in judgment, fear, lack of, not enough, compression, anxiety, nothing's wrong with those. Those are learning experiences. And so when we have a learning experience, it's for our highest good too. So this is all a game if you think about it, whether you're learning from fear and anxiety or you've actually mastered that and now you're learning how to create. We're always going to be creating. So please remember that. That's what she's constantly saying. We are creative beings. So choose today who you will serve. Choose today where you'll create, is what this wisdom keeps telling us. And then again, she says, this is why it is essential to keep your mind clear and your heart free from debris and clutter. Because this new era that we're moving into, this new age of Aquarius, which is here now, cannot sustain that. It will not. It will disintegrate. It will burn out, because this higher frequency of love cannot hold that lower density feeling. So if you want to stay stuck in your thoughts and your worries and your fears, you can, as long as you want to. There is no rush, because that's where you're learning. But when you're done with learning those and you fully have learned a lesson, that's when you come into love and gratitude for all. That is when you'll get the keys to the kingdom, is what they're saying, which are your innate abilities to heal and a remote view and to bilocate and to anti-age. And I mean, all these things that sound like a freaking fairy tale, but they are here. And this is what this new age that will last 10,000 years is going to bring us. And so these prophetic messages is really what they are warning. I don't even like the word warning, are guiding humanity to the next phase. And so we get to see a preview of what is to come. It's here, they say, but we've got to walk into it. So they keep saying, it's more than you'd ever expect. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's a fairy tale. It's amazing. Okay, so they keep encouraging us because we are creating our own reality. And the more you can get excited about leaving the old construct of fear, anxiety, and your wounds behind with the correct way of truly healing the past, you need to do it the right way, right? You need to honor it, thank it, and then release it. Okay, so once that's done, now use that worry energy that you had for so long to create newness. I mean, you're going to create either way, so why not? So she goes on to say this new era is heart-based, rooted in love, community, collaboration, and unity. And it already exists, and many already experiencing it now. And I love that, because it is here. It is here. It is here. It is here. You are here. You are here. You are here. You are just on a road to awakening. And there is no rush, no hurry. But the excitement of what they keep telling us is it's going to be more amazing than anything that's ever happened, ever. Okay, so when you have this in mind, you go, holy cow, like I want that. And that's going to be the carrot that makes you release the past. That's going to be the carrot that brings you into the now in order to create the newness. Okay, so then she goes on to say, when you become a Jedi of the mind, you we're going to ask you to guard your thoughts and to walk into this knowing that this beautiful life that is already here right before you is waiting for you to align to it. And then she goes on to say, your heart and mind are going to be used for a greater purpose. And no more in this new reality will we be thinking useless, meaningless thoughts. when we're truly walking into this new reality, it will not sustain, is what she was saying. It will collapse and it will burn out. Okay, because this energy, this high frequency, think of living in heaven. This is what they're saying. It's like living in heaven. And so you go up to heaven and you have the most amazing place and you sit there and complain. Oh, I'm not this or that person did this or that. That energy does not sustain in heaven. Think of that. They keep saying heaven and earth are joining. We're walking into this new age where we will be like angels living upon the land in flesh. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Um, so as soon as you're ready, you can move into it, they say, but you got to do your work, right? So now humanity is dismantling the old to create new now. Now, humanity is going to dismantle. And so that is why um, many will cling to the past because it's this vibration in the land of like things are not the same, things are changing, things are shifting. There's a lot of new energy in the land where whether or not people realize it or not, that's pushing out the old. So think of again this beautiful light energy, this divine energy of just pure love is pushing coming into us and pushing out the old like water going into a cup of mud and the old is coming out. So we need to make sure that we just allow with love and gratitude that old to come out. And as we clear, we come into this more heart-based reality where we can move forward. But we got to let the mud clear out. And again, everything through love and gratitude, everything, just don't force yourself. When I was going through my dark time, I allowed myself to feel anything, absolutely anything, because I just stayed with the feeling. And then I let the feeling dissipate, whatever it was. I was okay with feeling that. That's who I am. That's what I was going through. I didn't attach to the outcome. As soon as the feelings would dissipate, then I would call in what I do want. So that's the work that needs to be done. Um, uh, Sophia goes on to say mass media can be very useful, yet some platforms carry energy that pulls you down. Please be aware that the news, please be aware that Facebook, Instagram are all great things, but there is an energy. I'm so sensitive to energy that there's just an energy when you get on to that kind of stuff that is just messing with your frequency, for better lack of words. And I'm sure that when they created, especially Facebook and Instagram, they created it to kind of instill this lack of feeling in people that I've got to get my likes, I've got to people like me, I've got to have more friends on Facebook than in real life, and all that. So that creates this false reality, is what they said in that last message about social media and the news. Okay, and the news will only feed you all the yucky stuff going on. So why would you want that? So I always think I'll get what I need to know when I need to know it. And I truly only go on Facebook to spread love or to maybe put our alpacas just had a baby or, like a positive quote or anything that will teach and lift people up. That's all I go on for social media. So, okay. So unconditional love is where your heart resides. That is who you are. You are made of pure light and love. Okay. That is where your heart resides. And many aligned opportunities are coming soon, and they will be rooted in clarity of mind, alignment of spirit, and the manifestation of your highest good. Like, I mean, how good can that get, right? So here comes these great opportunities, but they will be found in when your mind is rooted in clarity, and your alignment of spirit is for your highest good. Okay. So that's why every day for the last 9 years now, I guess, I have said the prayer. This is my prayer that I say every morning. Dear Lord, please create a space of love and light and truth and goodness around me from my head to my toes. And in this space, Jesus, please come in and through me. My guardian angels and my guides, please guide me for my highest good and the highest good of those around me, for love and healing of the world. This is your life. And I used to say, not mine, but now I say, this is your life and mine. Please guide me to create a place of love and healing for the world. And I always say, I can't wait to see what you bring me today. So that's my personal intention and prayer that I do every day. You can come up with your own. You get to do you. But I'm just saying, when you have an alignment to your highest good and your mind is rooted in clarity, that's when manifestation will happen. So I love that. So I love that whole message was just powerful and quick and to the point. And me personally, I love the play on words. I love the quantum physics in it. I love just seeing how energy is created and matter is formed. Like that's fascinating. And that is reality. We live in a very, very amazing existence. And we have been given the opportunity to be here to manipulate energy. And this energy that we manipulate, especially if it's heart centered and for alignment to all, what Sophia is telling us is that you can create anything. So play and have fun and go out and love on people and leave the worries and the wounds behind and watch how your life dissipates. Leave the judgment behind of yourself and others. I will say one more thing. When I'm working on people in their bodies, I will hear loud and clearly every part of their body that they have judged and they have deemed ugly or not good enough or will never heal. Okay. So I can see that and I feel that energy. So remember, energy is real. And what you think, you create. And what you judge, judges you back. And what you want to manifest is going to be created from place of clarity, rooted in clarity with love, unconditional love, and for the greater whole. Thank you and have a great day.